know I say this every time my hair is done, but this is like actually my favorite style. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is your first time here. My name is Darien and I try to educate you guys on crochet styles, natural hairstyles, and just things of that nature. And I was on my Instagram feed and I saw, well, I mean, if you are paying attention, you know that these like boho goddess braids and locks are both like very much trending right now, and I love the style. It's so like, it's like carefree, but you still look very much like put together. And so I took the time to like educate myself on how to do it, and if you want to see how I did that, you guys can just go ahead and fast forward to the part where I get started. But I am gonna go ahead and just like talk about the process, because it was kind of difficult, because you use loose human hair. So you can either buy bulk human hair, or you can cut it off of the weft and then braid it in, which is the method that I took, because the bulk hair that was recommended to me was sold out everywhere, and I was kind of on time crunch because you think I was prepared. I wasn't. So I ended up doing that, and to be honest, it has been shedding a little bit, which can be super scary. So I've been trying to like run my fingers through it like before I leave the house, and then it just like when I'm out, I just don't play with my hair at all. Like and I've been refreshing it. Like, I've only refreshed it one time, and I used this mousse, and this mousse smells so good. It smells like a mango type of perfume, which is really nice. And the hair that I bought is from Amazon, and it's gonna be in the description box, of course. And the only thing that I would say is that I wish I would have done it like longer, because after curling it, like my hair isn't, it like scrapes. I don't know what that's called. I guess like a right above my tailbone, and I wish it was like more full. But I am gonna do this again, and I'm gonna do it in like a color, either like 27 mix. 27 is like that blonde highlight for black women color, or like a ginger mix. So like the orange mixed with like 30. I'm sorry, I thought I heard rain. Like the orange like mixed with like a 30. I feel like that would be super cute. And so that's what will be coming up next. I'm gonna try to at least last like a whole, I want to say a month, but to be honest, when you do your hair yourself, it's just like, if I want to change it, I can, you know. And I've learned so much from braiding, because a lot of braiders just do not care about like your hair health, and they will pull on your hair, and that's why it's all broken off. So I hear a lot of people talk about how boho braids, or just knotless braids in general, are not protective styles, and I think that that's because the hairstylist is just manipulating your hair in an unhealthy way for it to actually retain length, because that's really what the problem is a lot of times with like 4C hair. It's not that your hair isn't growing, it's just that you can't retain length because your ends are so damaged. But let's go ahead and move on with the video, because I know this, you guys just didn't come here to hear me ramble, but I will help you learn about your natural hair, because I do this for fun. Like, I will really be just scrolling on my phone looking at hairstyles, watching videos, and if you guys want to learn more about that, just stay tuned. Bye. So on top of the braiding hair, you're also going to need that braiding rack that you just saw in the back. This is the hair I'm using. It's the Expression Outre in 1B. And I got the length in 32 inches. I definitely should have got the 58. The 58 or 56, I can't remember. But I should have gotten the longer one, because I ended up having to use more pieces in the braid. But 56 or 58, whichever one it is, that number just scared me. So I'm taking smaller pieces, because I didn't want them to be too thick, because that is just going to end up being heavier on my head. And in each braid, I used anywhere from 4 to 5 pieces. I guess I would call the size that I did as like medium. As you can see, I work with my head like in 4 different sections. So there's 2 sides in the front, and then I divide the back part into 2 sides. I'm gonna braid my hair again and go into this more in depth. But so I really want it to just be like a map. Like those 3 braids that you see on the first line, I'm just gonna do 3 more on top of that. And then if there's more hair as I go up, then it'll go from like 3 to 4 to 4, and then I think the most that I had in one row was like 6. And I'm using the braid gel that I really love, and then I use my comb to like smooth everything out and like brush it down just for neatness purposes. I know like when I was younger, I never used to get my hair braided with gel. This is definitely like a new thing, but it makes doing your hair on yourself much easier, so I'm not mad at it. And the gel, I personally don't have any reactions to it. It doesn't end up like flaky or anything, so just definitely use at your own risk. If you know you have sensitive skin, be mindful of that. Okay, so I'm feeding the hair in, and it's kind of hard to explain how I do that. I've seen other braiders braid the plate down like 2 sections, but I didn't want to do that because I thought that it would last longer if I added the synthetic hair more at first. And I am gonna end up redoing this hair because I just like have like no grip right here. But it's about trial and error. If you're gonna do your hair yourself, just come with the patience, you know. See how I'm like, oh, it's not coming out too good. Yeah, we're gonna start over. This is a better view of how I'm gonna start the braid. So I'm gonna take pieces 1 and 2, and then I'm gonna wrap them around 3, and then make the braid tighter from there. And I think that just looks better. I really could. I'm seeing like the error in my ways and how I could have like smoothed it down some more, but we're gonna do this again, so it really doesn't even matter. I don't think so. Like I would pay to get my hair braided again, but only if I wanted to keep the braids for like 2 or 3 months, which I haven't done in so long. Like I'll take some braids out of my head real quick, which is kind of why I learned how to do it myself. I added the curly piece, which is cut off of a weft, and I just kind of braid it down 2 to 3 rows, and then I'm gonna pull it out and clip it up. There we go. Yeah. And I chose to use this hair instead of bulk hair because the bulk hair that I wanted was sold out, and I didn't want to use crochet hair because I know that crochet hair doesn't really last very long. But after having these braids in my head for about 2 weeks, what I will say is that they are very high maintenance. Like it sheds so much, and I heard that from a friend of mine that did get bulk hair. So just be mindful of this hairstyle. The curls will fall, it sheds like you have some cheap bundles in your head, because you technically do. And you need to have your styling foam ready. And with knotless braids, depending on what type of hair you have to know that they do tend to get fuzzy around your root because there is more of your hair out than like the traditional box braid. But all of this would not stop me from getting the hairstyle again, because I do still think that it was very cute.
It's getting there, but oh my God, is it taking a while? I mean, I probably almost $10 million in cash into these 2 princesses right now. I mean, I gotta get these sold and get that money back.
For the next braid, you see I'm still going to follow the map I already started on my head. And so this row is going to be 3 braids, even though the section of hair is slightly bigger. I'm seeing this and I'm critiquing my own work. I don't need you to come for me on that point. I'm just saying that I'm trying to do my hair so y'all can try to do your hair too, okay? And so this part, I'm on my last 2 rows of braids. I'm really speeding this up. It took me about, I want to say anywhere from like 9 to 11 hours to finish braiding. And that was because, one, I need a bigger rack for the braiding hair. I had to keep separating it. And because the curly hair pieces were really making me mad. And it was kind of hard feeding them into the braid. But see how I went into the part and I made sure that it was straight because the front of my hair is just way more important than the back. Somebody on TikTok said the back of my head is not my business, and I agree. Okay, why do you have your protractor out making sure my parts are straight? I don't like that. I started braiding from the front and then made my way to the back, and I can't really explain why I did this. The hair is in my way no matter where I start, so I just decided to start from the front. You can do whichever way you like. I very easily could just speed this part up, but I want you to see in real time how long each braid takes me to do. I was kind of looking at the clock, kind of wasn't looking at the clock, but I would say it took me anywhere from like 5 to like 8 minutes per braid, and then sometimes I did have to start over because I don't want to keep going and it obviously doesn't look good. The curly pieces were a headache. I'm gonna say that again and again and again. They were cute, but they were a headache. And the shedding, I just would never, I don't know. I could try to do it again in a different way, but I don't know if it's like worth it. But I still have more learning to do, so
24. Oh my gosh. No, actually, I'm 25.
Yeah, 25.
I mean, clearly she's younger than my birthday is tomorrow, but in Europe it's now.
How old am I in this film?
Yeah, how
It's like Dodgers.
Actually, she turned 25 like 3 hours ago.
Well, you're gorgeous. You stunning. How old are you, Jason?
45.
Where are you from? South of Germany. Yes, but I live in Paris.
Are you a model?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, more than that. I mean, she's studied economics and does corporate branding.
I'm not surprised that she studied economics because she's with Jason, so that makes sense. Economically, that's a great decision.
And she's here, which means she's not sick of you yet. So
Not yet.
congratulations.
Yeah.
You can tell me in private if you want. Just blink twice if it's bad. But you can let me know.
Yeah.
Did you blink twice?
No.
Well, we're gonna go get mine. I appreciate you guys being nice.
Of course. Happy birthday. Thank you guys. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Bye.
meet
Take care,
Bye,
guys.
Bye, guys.
Oh yeah. Right.
Yeah. Oh, my buns were that high and tight.
She's so cute.
See, it wasn't so painful. Oh, they're all nice.
I feel like it could have been more awkward. That wasn't so bad, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how serious he is. I am gonna give him shit because she's 24. The fact that he was like, well, in Europe, she's 25. Okay, that's so funny.
That didn't like hurt to see him walking in for the first time. Like,
No. I mean, if he brought someone in and like she was pregnant or something, then I probably would have had. Okay, that's good.
Now I need to know what the attraction is with Jason. There has to be something happening here that I'm missing. Please tell me.
Oh boy.
He can't look in his pants. No, just kidding. Is there a secret python down there?
Oh my gosh.
OMG.
Oh my god.
Please,
I'm like, this is our boss.
I'm sorry, I had to go there. Are you interested in dating Jason?
No, man.
Are you single?
My situation's interesting. I don't know if I would say I'm single. I've been in like, I don't want to call it open, but open relationship, I guess.
So they can do whatever they want. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So are you like in a polyamorous relationship?
Like, I don't know about that. I just know we just had a baby. Like, we're really happy. So I'm happy in my relationship now. But he filmed for 3 weeks. Okay, but then when he's home, you're seeing him every morning, every night. He's, you know,
How
taking
are you
him to
seeing
wherever.
him every morning if he's seeing other people?
I know that for me, I'm gonna do what works for me, and I really don't care like how anyone feels about it.
So he'll like stop somewhere 6
I
a.m.
think he's a
6:30. Oh, LA traffic, we have to factor that in.
I mean,
6 a.m., 8 a.m. By the time he's on the third person, it's like 2 p.m.
who knows? He makes his rounds, girl.
I have a question.
Oh yeah.
Because obviously he's very busy too in his career. Like, how does he spread himself like that?
Honestly,
Well, you know, not that way.
No,
but-
we know he's spreading himself, but that's not what we're talking about. He's got a lot of stuff. Oh yeah. I mean, girl, it's like Christmas, like Santa, and it's got a whole thing. I mean, 9 children, right? We're on 11. 11. Okay, 11. Okay. Or is it 10? Okay.
10.
What?
I read
Anything's
10.
not 10 anymore. 10.
Every day.
I know.
Nick Cannon, another baby. I'm like, oh shit, 3.
I already know. I've
Is
already
he
know.
planning all the kids, or does it just happen? Or
I feel bad.
I think
I
so.
don't know.
so many questions.
He definitely has super sperm because my child is brilliant. It's hard enough to manage that many children, but that many women. So are they all cool with you?
That's a him problem.
Okay.
Would you want monogamy? Would you want just?
I'm not a monogamy kind of person. Everything I've ever seen is divorce and people are unhappy and it ends badly and the kids suffer and it's like men can't keep it together. It's never us.
Not my man. I picked him well.
So I mean, a power to you.
I think fundamentally, loyalty is very important in relationships. And if you can't even be loyal to one man, then I don't know if you can be loyal to friends. So the jury's out. I probably will never get it, and I'm not meant to because I definitely believe in like monogamy.
Opinions don't really faze me, so.
Also, the pieces in the front, well, the braids in the front, I added like 2 to 3 curly pieces, and then my hair in the back, I only added the curly pieces at the bottom. And I do that obviously because I don't care about the back of my head as much.
Let them make their decision. They're gonna blatantly see what they get for 30 million versus 60 million plus. He's a billionaire. Whatever he wants. Hi, Adam. Yeah, I'm so excited to see you. Me too. Okay, so this house is amazing. Yes. I am so excited to show this to you. Look at this.
I might not leave it. So.
I know, perfect. This is the LA dream.
It's gorgeous. I've never seen a view like this.
You're on top of the world, Adam. I think this house is great for you. New construction, 6 bed, 9 bath, and a little over 10,000 square feet. And it has a separate guest house, which I love. This is actually a perfect floor plan for you to entertain and have the whole vibe, but it's also perfect for the family. This is the life. You can put all your cars, your new Bugatti, you can put it right out the front. You can bring it out here. This is the primary. And this view, it's just following us. How do you feel?
It's beautiful.
Everything's going to be so much quieter than New York.
Yeah, be a little quieter.
Yes.
For sure.
Loving a glass mirror. You know, I love a good mirror.
Yeah.
They have quite the closet. And I know you have quite the collection.
Before I came out, I gave a list of things, and this really covers almost every base that.
I'd love to hear
So
it.
I'm happy.
Let's go to the rooftop. I'm moving in if you're not. This is happening. Wow. Look at this. Views everywhere.
I finished my hair off with this foam. It's in the description box. I've used a few different types of foams. Well, let's say I've used like 9 different types of foams. The only ones that I only did like one kind. So it kind of doesn't matter which one you use, but you do want to be selective because your hair is going to smell like this. And they all don't have the same setting properties. But the one I'm using is in the description box. It's the ORS setting foam mousse, and it was recommended to me by a professional braider. And at this point, I'm liking the hair, but I go downstairs to go ahead and dip it, and then you can see the final product in just a moment. Oh, I forgot about this part. Also, I always tie down my braids when I first get them. I've gotten my hair braided professionally before, and they never do this, but I'm not a professional, and I really need like my scalp to look neat for as long as possible. And I also sleep with my scarf on every night. Like, I just do not want my braids looking expired. So make sure you wrap your actual like hair up, your hair at the scalp, you know? My method to curl the hair, I know I'm not getting the best view of it, but you start from the bottom and then you kind of like twirl it around your finger, and then as you pick up more hair, you twirl the hair around the hair, and then you're going to put a hair tie around that and then dip the braids like that, and in that way the ends will be curly. And I felt like the curl was uniform to the pieces that were in my head. I didn't think it looked bad at all. At this point, I changed my mind and I decided to split this side into 2 different sides, and then I'm just going to dip it in all together, but I want the curls to be more small. So that's kind of why I ended up doing this. And then I just had 4 sections of curls, but they all look the same more or less. All right, this is the last step. Go dip it in some boiling water, and make sure you don't burn yourself. I have done knotless braids on myself before, but I did extra larges, and I also did it like under the supervision of my braider. I took a braiding class, and so she kind of like coached me through it, and I've never done them this small before, and I think I actually did a really good job because like some of these braids are like tight. Like I feel like I just got my hair professionally done. But I do want to tell you guys how I sleep with this hair. So I said at the beginning of the video that I do not run my fingers through my hair like while I'm out, because it just leads really to like tangling and shedding because I use loose hair. But when I'm going to sleep, what I do is I just like move all the braids to the top of my head like so, and then I just like, well, obviously this is just for demonstrational purposes. Obviously you need to grab all of the braids, but I just like wrap it around in a bun and then I sleep like this, you know? So I hope this video really helped you, and if you made it this far into the video, please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and come back for the next time when I do my hair, because there's gonna be a next time. Bye y'all.